Need to switch between one piece of footage to another? Use a transition. There are so many ways you can take this, so let's go through a few different designs. Keep in mind that many transitions don't need to last a long time. So to start, let's do a simple wipe. We have 2 clips of footage here that I've pre-made just so that you can see what each one is. Let's take a look. This is clip A, and this is clip B. So what you can do with these is these are actually pre-comps. You can put in your own footage here. It's about 2 seconds of space in the composition. So place your 2 clips of footage in the composition with the one you want to transition to underneath the top layer. So I want to transition to clip 2, so I put it underneath clip 1. Remember how your layers are put. Go into the Effects and Presets window and type in the search bar linear wipe. Then we'll take this and we'll apply it to clip number 1. So what you can see is now we have linear wipe applied to clip 1. So let's go ahead and click on this stopwatch right here under the transition completion option. We're going to move 1 second further into our timeline here, and we're going to hit U after selecting clip 1. This will open up any keyframed assets underneath that layer's transform controls. So then I'll make another keyframe here, and I'll set it to 100%. So what we're going to do here is we're going to see what our transition looks like. Be sure to preview it. Make sure you're happy with what you've got. So there's a simple linear wipe with a linear keyframe to keyframe. So what I'm going to do is, like many projects of mine, I go ahead and open up the speed graph and I will crush left in this case. And there you go. You have a simple little transition from one to the other. But I think I want to add some feathering to this. So I'm going to go ahead and click on feathering and set it to 40. And we'll take a look at that. And it's a pretty subtle effect, but you can kind of see a tiny bit of a change here. If you're in between frames, you can see that there is actually a little bit of a transition between this green and this pale brown. Once you're happy, you can go ahead and export it. All right, so we've got a new transition we want to try out. This is a position wipe. You want to place your 2 clips into the timeline. Align both your clips so that they sit perfectly next to each other. You can either do this horizontally or vertically. What we have here is positioned exactly in the center of the composition. What we want clip 2 to be all the way at the edge of the composition here. And what you can do to make that precise is you can just do 1920 plus 3840, which is double the composition's length. So there you go. It's now at 5760 by 1080. That will work for a 4K composition. So what you want to do now is we're going to actually use a null object, and we're going to parent both of these to null object 1. So we have a very simple control, and we don't have to split up using the properties here for position and keyframing them. So go ahead, open position in your null, keyframe the position, and set another keyframe wherever you want to. And then at this new point, I'm going to go ahead and bring it all the way to the left so that it says negative 1920. And there we go. We've got a simple horizontal transition from clip A to clip B. But in my case, I always make sure that I put these into easy ease mode and then I crush left. And there you go. You've got a simple little animation that switches from clip A to clip B. You can also do this from bottom to top, top to bottom, or you can do it from one corner to the other. It's just however you want to do it. There's one other kind of transition we want to cover, and that is a shape wipe. So we're going to delete this null, and we're going to go ahead and select clip 1. We're going to come up here to the shape tool, and we're going to create a mask with the shape tool. So there's a mask, and what we want to do is we want to hit invert or add, depends on what you want to do. I'm going to do inverted add, which is just the same as subtract. So I'm going to go in here, I'm going to find mask expansion, I'm going to set 1 keyframe here and 1 keyframe a second later. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to set this expansion until there is actually no part of the mask showing here. So once we get to this next part, we're going to expand it all the way up. So there is a simple little shape transition between the two, and once again I'm going to go ahead and hit easy ease, jump into the speed graph, and crush to the left. And there we go, simple transitions. You can do just about anything you'd like with a transition. You can copy Star Wars' simple wipe sort of like how we did with the first one, or you can do just about anything else. It's really up to you. Thanks, and see you in the next video.